After a very social night in Ravenshoe, our first stop for the day was Millstream Falls. It's only about 5 kilometres from the town of Ravenshoe itself. It's known as Australia's widest single drop waterfall. As we travelled down the Kennedy Highway towards the Undarra lava tubes, our next quick stop was the Inot Hot Springs. The Inot Hot Springs definitely was not what we were expecting. We were able to see the hot water bubbling out of the sand. It was quite interesting. We didn't spend a lot of time here, but we were able to pull up just on the side of the road and walk down and have a look for ourselves. The tour of the lava tubes was something we were both looking forward to. We'd heard a lot of good reports about this.
So, encompassing a lot of information today, 300 million years of history is going to be jam-packed into a 2-hour interpretive tour, which can sometimes...
It was a fairly short bus ride to meet up with our tour of the lava tubes for the day.
What we call the archway, for obvious reasons. Now, I want you to use your imagination for a minute. Have a look up there at that roof line and just imagine 190,000 years ago that roof continued all the way back up through that forest we've just been in. Same on the other end, it continued around the corner there. But because it wasn't very strong up here, you know, when it dried out it all cracked up and collapsed in. Under there though, that remained solid. That's been there for 190,000 years. Maybe one day it'll crack up and fall down, hopefully not today though, eh? It's being trapped in. Eventually though, it's like someone turns the tap off, the last bit of lava runs out, it leaves this chemical. And this intrigues you, you thought, oh, the lava will come. Where I'm shining the torch now is not the wall of this cave, it's the roof. So if the roof is arced down like that, and you've got the lava tube, and then you get on going, you come into another bit of roof collapse, then some more lava tubes. It's one great big chain of them, all the way back up to the volcano.
We were told there was 23 cubic kilometres of lava that flowed into a riverbed and kept flowing for a good 160 kilometres, making it the world's longest lava flow from a single volcano. On both the bus trip down and back to the lava tubes, there was a fantastic commentary of the area.
For nearly 100 years. You could imagine grazing cattle here in Queensland and Undarra is classified as pink massive granite.
The lava tube tour was definitely worthwhile. We really enjoyed it. Now we were looking for an old gravel pit where we could cook up a camp oven and spend the night.
Normanton, 718. Well, we're having a camp oven tonight. Some chicken legs, just with some spices on, and of course some veggies with some spices on as well. Just drizzled with a bit of oil. And pop it in the camp oven and it should be lovely.
No shortage of coals. On our way to Chilego. We'll meet our friends there in a few days' time. In the meantime, We were looking for a nice quiet, out of the way spot where we could just sit back and listen to the sounds of the bush. This one here was a little bit more rugged than we'd hoped. After a couple of quiet days in the bush, we are now headed towards Chillagoe. We'll catch up with our friends there. Post Office Hotel in Chilego was a great place to get some local information. We were directed out to Tom Pryor's Fuel and Historic Ford Museum. There is over 30 fully restored Ford vehicles here, both cars and trucks, and many more relics surrounding his sheds. Tom's saying is, "Old Fords never die." He's the owner of the country's biggest and most remote private collection of Fords. This turned out to be our longest ever fuel stop. We were just mesmerised by Tom's magical collection. This showpiece Falcon lives in its own plastic tent. This Model A Ford really took your breath away. It is just something else. After filling up with fuel, we had a chance for a good chat with Tom, who had endless stories of his trucking life in the harsh outback.
One is the Treskin, and how it got its name was Frank Tresice and Vince Kinnear found the cave, and they took 4 letters of their last name, jammed it together, and come up with the name Treskin. Now this cave was found in 1967. The funny thing about that is the Donna, just down there, was found in 1891, so 76 years later before this cave was found. Leaf nose bat, very easy to identify because of the 3 white dots on his side. He's got that very piggy face, one of the largest of the micro banks. A lot of stuff. So we keep our tour just very general.
Yeah.
When a cave does flood though, it's not so much the rainwater coming in, it's the groundwater rising. So yeah, and it's crystal clear and icy cold. We explained that that's about 15 centimetres long.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 centimetres every 100 years. Makes that 500 years old, that piece. When we look at this guy, at 3.5 metres, 1 centimetre, he's approximately 35,000 years old. Approximately. So where the dent is up the top there,
Yeah.
that's when the pyramids got built. They're only 5,000 years old.
Wow.
Just to put things into a time perspective.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's only.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We met up with our friends again and decided to travel together the Burke Development Road. It's the back road to Karumba. We made a quick decision for our campsite for the night, right beside the river. Oh, we've packed up after breakfast, put the fire out shortly and get on our way.
Yeah, out here they're mustering the cattle by helicopter.
The pilot radioed us and let us know that there was a large mob of cattle about to come across the road in front of us.
Put your both around.
There's always a lot more adventure being on the back roads, but geez, it's nice being on the bitumen.